how about that? Yeah.
Would this tuition cut affect all students or just local and state students?
Probably all students.
What's going to happen legally, I'll be the lawyer in the room since I'm a lawyer. Tuition is fees on campus can be cut unilaterally by the president. So those little fees can go away right away, the several hundred extra dollars. Immediately, no problem. They're on this campus, they're not on other CSU campuses. When it comes to tuition, the Board of Trustees has to approve, and there's a big pot of tuition that gets spread out among the campuses in inequitable ways. So you're paying money not just to be here, you're also paying money for the campuses that have smaller enrollments, right? Like Channel Islands, like Monterey. But what can happen is we can rebate you the money back through scholarships this year. What was tuition this year? How much did you pay for the semester? How much?
3,113?
A semester.
Yeah, semester.
So
All right,
$6,000
So let's
a year.
assume we can knock $2,000 off that, knock 2/3 off it. That could be refunded to you as scholarship, and now suddenly your spring semester is already paid for, and you have $1,000 of scholarship.
Individually?
Mhm.
Yeah,
Mhm.
and so we can do that on the campus on our own without the Board of Trustees approving. The president can do
Or
that.
can it be applied to the summer session?
Yeah,
Sure.
and summer session's insane. I teach summer school. People are paying $900 to $1,200 for a summer class. That's crazy.
Yeah. Okay, so I don't want to take any more time. That's the general outline of what I see some of the issues are.
Now, how do we accomplish that? How does the new president go in and do that? I think we all agree this can be done. How do we play the politics? How do we play the people? How do you do it? That's the big question.
Well, let's come back to the question. Maybe Earl can say a few words, and then we'll come back to make a general question and answer
Okay.
session.
All right, so here, I want to introduce you to Earl Carraway. Earl's got a very varied career. Beyond being a decorated Marine, combat veteran of the Korean War, when he went to Cal State Long Beach in the good old days. He has 2 degrees in English. He's been an educator, mostly teaching English, right?
Right.
He's been on the school board in Saddleback Valley. He's been elected on the school board there. He runs, for many years, sort of a mini real estate empire of entrepreneurial growth, real estate development and all that. So he knows the business side of things. He now is running a nonprofit housing company he can tell you about, which creates affordable housing for people. He knows every aspect of educational administration, and he knows every aspect of the real world and business, and he knows how to deal with people and make things happen. So, Earl, you're up.
Well, you said all the things I was going to say.
Oh, okay. I didn't mention Oxford. I didn't mention the other stuff.
Mike and I worked on this presentation, and I won't bore you to death and do it all again, but what he has presented to you is exactly where I'm coming from. And if you'll go to the petition, how do you get to the petition again?
The easiest way, since I didn't bring the short link, there's a long link and a short link, and it's a pain in the ass to get to it on change.org. The easiest way is go to Thug, that right there on Thug. In the very top, in the first few paragraphs, there's a direct link to the petition.
Okay.
You can just click right on it and it'll take you right there.
The petition outlines where we're coming from, and I won't bore you to death with that. In fact, he said everything I need to say. I would like to say that I came to Cal State Long Beach at that time on the GI Bill, and I worked 40 hours a week for Safeway while going through, and I taught K through 8, and then sometimes at high school level, and then as you know, school teachers have 3 or 4 months off a year, you know, and so I got into buying property, and I'd buy a lot, build a house, and I found that I was making doing very well. So after getting my MA here and getting all the credentials that you require, I became a vice principal. They promoted me to a principalship in January, and I quit in June. And everybody said, "Good Lord, Carraway, you did all this?" And well, I looked at the contract, and I said, "Well, I made that much last month." So I hope you people appreciate what teachers do. You know, and if you're going into teaching, you might as well be prepared to suffer a while. Got it? And I suppose the film business might even be the same, you know, but
Except without any salary.
anyway, I gave it up, and everybody thought I was insane, and of course, all of us are a little insane. But, and I went with a major company, Sunkiss Builders, with a couple billionaire brothers in Beverly Hills, and thought that I knew what I was doing. And then that led to, I had a preacher friend of mine who had a nonprofit organization, Worldwide Housing Corporation, and I was helping him. He was a Baptist preacher, and we became friends, and he was supporting a orphanage in Tijuana. And his name was Preston Howell. And I said, "Well, Preston, how can you afford to do this?" You know, he would sacrifice his family and all that. I said, "Listen, get together with me, and we'll make some money, and then we can do some good." So we took his corporation. He also had an academy, and in Garden Grove, Howell Academy, that I said, "Let's change the name of that to Worldwide Housing and get into working with FHA, HUD, VA, and get their inventory and sell it and make some money and do some good, and then we can." The main problem in Tijuana there was the orphanage I got involved in. They were all infants. Where, you know, the prostitutes would have babies, and there was no abortion, no question about it. But infested with flies. I mean, you know, just really a mess. And the big item they needed was diaper and water. So they had to bring in the water from across the border at San Diego there. So anyway, with that company, we got contracts with FHA, HUD, where we could buy them at a discount and make some money, and provide housing for very low, and moderate income. And we would, many of the low-income people had no ability to even move in, so we would even provide move-in service and whatever was required, and we would pay their down payment, their closing costs. We would get them in these houses. We did over $18 million worth of those, with more than 250 houses. Plus, in the meantime, we were buying, I don't know, 150 or 200 houses that we bought from banks, you know, conventional, not government-owned stuff. And we did it over 150 of those. But Dr. Lane came to me and says, Earl, you know about doing business and how to handle people and make things happen. And it appears something needs to happen here. You know, I think I would have been PO'd if tuition had gone up 300% while I was here, or 30% a year. Isn't that about what it is, Brian? In the last 10 years,
Yeah,
it's
that
gone
would
up
be right.
3%.
Yeah, except it jumped all in a hurry within a 4-year period.
Yeah.
It was
So
the
since
same.
you've been here, or will have been here 4 years, you're going to go up 4 years to be 120%.